Welcome to this edition of the Silhouette Show. This one's going to be an epic, full featured video with footnotes. Lots of information packed into it. It may actually end up being a multi-part video. We'll see. Today's kind of cold out here. There's no heat in the garage. Not that it's that bad in Tennessee. It's in the 40s. It's not snowing, so it's not that bad. But this is going to be metallic silhouette info extravaganza. I literally have 7 pages of show notes, so I may have to break this into pieces and parts. The main thing that this is going to be about is starting a silhouette program. I've had a bunch of questions about it, both questions on people asking me questions on YouTube, always on the email, on the messages in the forum on Facebook. I'm going to pack footnotes into the bottom. You can go look on the notes on this that are attached to this video. I'm going to have ideas for places where you can buy targets, other places you can go for information. Most of what I'm going to be talking about here is going to be based on my experience. So it's the United States, North American silhouette. But it should be good for everybody. I will include, I know of at least one European source for targets on small bore, and I think they're also air rifle, but we'll include that at the bottom. But first and foremost, we have to talk about we'll call it, the subject will be the State of the Union, the state of silhouette in 2020. What have I been doing this for, 10 years or so? And we've always been hearing on the forums, oh, yeah, silhouette is a dying sport. People don't do it anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You've got those, the kind of people you find in any forum about any subject. It doesn't matter if it's drag racing, model rockets, or shooting silhouette. You've always got some people that are just nattering neg bombs of negativity, and they'll just try to bring you down all day long. But silhouette, at least from what I can see, seems to be making a resurgence. There's new venues opening up to shoot silhouette, so new people can go shoot at new venues, or the same people can go shoot at more venues. We have a series that's happening this year. This is January, about the end of January, the year 2020, just in case you're watching this 10 years from now. The series for small bore silhouette, that's scoped rifle, shooting at the small targets. These guys, the ones you're used to. And that small bore series is called the Monarch Cup. There'll be a match in Canada, a match in the United States, a match in Mexico. And it is the grand prize will be for the person, I guess, who can do good at all three. But even if you attend one of those matches, they're paying real cash money for winners down in categories all the way to, I think, some of the lower classes. I think A class even gets some cash prizes being put up by sponsors. Great companies like Lapua putting money into the sport, so there's a little bit of prize money for people, and attract more people, more shooters, more press. It's cool. It's a good thing. I'm gonna pause here for a second. All right, I had to stop for a brief moment there because the way I'm monitoring this video, it looked like the sound didn't link up with my voice, and it looked like I was watching a Godzilla movie, but it actually is working correctly. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Hey, that's what you get here. I don't have sponsors. I don't take money from people. I do what I want, and that's going to be sipping coffee in the middle of going through this massive batch of notes. So, Monarch Cup. We have all the other silhouette venues seem to be in better communication as far as getting word out to the public, the shooting public, the people who are going to attend these matches. If you're on the Silhouette Society Facebook group, you see match notices coming up all the time. One thing I've noticed is at Ridgeway, where they're going to have the U.S. Nationals this year, they had to put a little notice on their monthly lever action series matches that they want you to pre-register ahead of time for the monthly matches, so they can deal with the amount of people that they plan on showing up. I mean, that's crazy. It's great. Crazy in a good way. So now I have that information. That makes me think that Silhouette seems to be getting at least a little bit more attention, at least from sponsors and from the shooters that are going to travel to all those. You know, I might travel to one, just the U.S. Nationals. There's only so many days I can take off and have people take care of the horses, sheep, etc., and the general chaos around here on the farm. Slow speed chaos. It's like a slow speed train wreck, but you know, it's every day working. And then the other thing I see is just on the views for this channel. I've had to really think about the way I'm doing things, because I never intended this to be like a channel. I never intended this to be anything special. It was just videos for, you know, if you look way back in the videos from 2015, 5 years ago, 2015, it was just videos between basically me giving information to 2 or 3 guys that I knew needed the information. It was way easier for me to try to do it on a video than to stop in the middle of a match day and try to, you know, explain it all to them. You know, that was at a point where I was actually running a match in Massachusetts, trying to get everything done and work with new shooters who have never shot Silhouette. I don't think some of them even shot any kind of a competition, to be honest with you. They were firearms enthusiasts, but not competition guys. And trying to get all this information into their heads at the same time was easy just to make a video. So now I look at these videos in my State of the Silhouette that we're doing right now, and you know, I've got a video with 10,000 views. That's crazy. I mean, there are 10,000 people that shoot Silhouette, but there's obviously 10,000 people who are interested. Now that's a worldwide audience. So yeah, you know, maybe worldwide there could be 10,000 people that shoot Silhouette, but I doubt it. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I would say maybe in the US there's maybe 1,000, 2,000. That would be a high estimate. I know some other countries, you go to Mexico, yeah, that's gonna, you know, eclipse that number by, you know, exponents of 10, because that's, you know, that's what they do. It's you know, it's a big deal. But when I see things like that, when I see, you know, views, I have hundreds of views in a week, that's kind of crazy, you know, considering it's such a, I know for, you know, the video tube, you know, internet video stuff, that's nothing. But you got to look at it from a Silhouette point of view. There are very few people who shoot Silhouette. It's very difficult. That's a theme we're going to keep going around to here. You know, as far as the development of the sport, it's very difficult, the sport. So you end up having a very difficult time developing the sport. It's not easy. It can have a high frustration level, especially for someone who's not a new shooter, but new to the sport. They may come from another sport, they try it, oh my God, I can't hit anything, what's going on? I'm not used to shooting offhand, I can't do this. You know, you've got to always encourage people to keep trying, to keep practicing. You know, yeah, you hit 4 targets a day, you're going to hit 5 next time, you're going to hit 6 the next month, you're going to hit 12 after that, you're going to be much happier. Keep practicing, keep doing, go through the basics. And that's pretty much where we are. I mean, it looks to me like Silhouette is on an upswing, you know, and not just in the United States. I mean, this is, you know, not just the United States, not just North America. It seems to be catching on a little more. I think that the part of what you see in the United States is, this is 2020, okay? We had a previous presidential executive administration that was very anti-gun. Lots of people went out and bought guns, okay? So now you have a ton of new gun owners. And I know this is what I see at my range. A ton of, now I say new gun owners within the last 10 years, okay? Now they are tired of just, I have a dog underneath me that's driving me insane. Stop it. Don't knock over the camera. A cat on the counter, a dog underneath. Yeah, that's life. There's no chickens in here and no goats in here right now, so at least we don't have to deal with that. But we had an administration that was, on its face anti-gun. So people went out and bought guns. People go to the gun range. Maybe by now they're a little tired of shooting up paper targets all the time. So now they want to try something different, They might go out there and try Steel Challenge. They might go out there and try 3-gun. They might try IDPA. They might try Silhouette. Dog, you're an idiot. Get out of here. Get out of here. What is in there that you're so interested in? I'm going to have to cut this video now. As I was saying, more people trying to pick up the sport, which is good. But in order to, get that next level, we really need to have more venues to go shoot our sport at. And now, unlike paper target sports, there's a lot more to it. There is layers that we have to get in place in order to have, even to start any kind of a match, never mind a good, decent match where people really want to come back all the time. So that's what we're getting into now. We're getting into starting a program. This ends the state of Silhouette.